Hello, darlings. How are you doing today? Just got finished doing a live, or not a live, but a video with an awesome bunch of ladies and brainstorming on some other stuff to do for some shows. Was thinking about coming on with Vero again, but she's busy. She's got some awesome family stuff going on right now. So I've got, I guess about an hour to chit chat. If there's anybody that wants to talk about your experiences waking up, a lot of people that I've been talking to lately are remembering some interesting things, some crazy, scary experiences. Some of them are just kind of like confusing, like what does it mean? Dream work is definitely an interesting thing to do. So going back to, writing down your dreams in detail is so important. If you think about what stands out to you in your dreams and you're thinking about it, I guess not really thinking about it whenever they're unfolding and you're remembering those dreams as you're waking up and doing what's called unpacking your dreams. You can take the details that you remember throughout those dreams, and by unpacking them, basically you're going backwards through the dream or forwards. Either way, I've done them both ways, and finding out the meaning of each thing that you're seeing or that you're noticing. So kind of a fun thing to do. I haven't done dream work in a while with anybody, but that is kind of a fun thing that I've done. Remote viewing is another thing that I've done quite a bit of, especially while doing energy work with people. And so maybe you've got experiences that you've had and you notice that there's traumas that are coming up, or that there's unsettled feelings there. You don't have to feel alone. A lot of us have gone through that stuff, and we've been slinging the shit for years. I think the dark night of the soul, it's a big thing that comes up a lot too. I think it started when I was a teenager, actually. I think of the past 17 years, but I think of different stages in my life where there's just been some really challenging things where I've questioned, who am I? Or there's traumatic events that happened that just got me thinking, whoa, I got to reevaluate life. I've got to reevaluate what's going on. And a bunch of us, or I guess, our group that we talk about a lot, how triggers are helping us, or how facing our demons helps us to shed different types of traumas. And it's not the same with everybody. There's times when I could just do a simple reframe of maybe a trauma or a memory that's gone on. And then there's other traumas that have been so intense that it's taken a couple people to help me. Maybe I had to do fire codes, meditations, talk with an astrologist or another light worker to look for different issues that maybe I've had internally to kind of verify. Because a lot of times I'll see things, but then when you're in the moment, a lot of times when you're down or you're depressed or whatever, we get caught up in those energies. And it can be hard to see with our own perspective when we're in that moment, because we're in that moment of victimizer energy. And so I'm grateful for the abundance of people that have been able to help me. And that's part of what I do with my mission, is helping people to discover who they are. Hi, Braylon. Through their inner turmoils. Hi, Catherine. Through the struggles that they might have, or maybe they're dreaming of things that that keep looping, or maybe noticing just different changes. Maybe your diet's changing. I know I've gone through a couple different diet changes before and during and after, actually, when I had cancer and different issues with my thyroid and adrenal glands. So we're always evolving. I think that's the big thing with the dark night of the soul, is we're always evolving. What is it that you're evolving into? Hi, Eric. What kind of a person are you becoming through your trials? And a lot of times they suck ass. A lot of times you get your heart ripped out. You feel like you're being stomped on. And a lot of times I think when we can step back and look at what is our energy really attracting to us or bringing to us, even though we have times when maybe there's a pocket of this amazing energy when you're totally manifesting everything you've ever wanted, and then fear might come in, or anxiety might come in, or doubt, which has been typical for myself. A lot of trauma victims find those cycles when, hi Michael, we find ourselves doubting ourselves, which I think is our most important person to have faith in and believe in. And then we tend to reach out and kind of seek the approval or acceptance of others rather than giving it to ourselves and really truly loving ourselves for who we are, the beautiful person and being that we are inside. And then comparing ourselves to others. I know I do a lot of things. I sing, I dance. I've been a performer since grade school. One of my biggest dreams was to be an actor and an astronaut. Well, on this timeline, I definitely got to live my dreams. Just being able to find the outlets to do promotional modeling, or to work with Utah actors as a background actor, to do events and promotions for years. It's been probably 17 years. It's, with COVID, it's been a break and, a total change of scenery, but that's okay. I've learned a lot of stuff and have gotten to know a lot of amazing, beautiful souls. And I feel very blessed to learn from each one of you guys too. Hi, Kimball. In astrology, it's something I touch a lot on, how accurate it is. It's so crazy just plugging in. I love to plug in dates and times and birthdays and just see, how do I react to people? How do I respond to people? And doing composite charts. I mean, some people are like, oh, that's just for lovers and whatever. And it's really not. You can know and learn a lot from somebody and how you can respond with them by, what are the planets looking like that you happen to be in conjunction with, or maybe there's planets in opposition or that are square to each other, or there's so many other lists of things that affect the way that we work with other people. And for me, not only studying neuro-linguistics programming as an NLP practitioner and a coach or mentor, I've read a couple different books from Milton Erickson, who is the father of NLP, and he did a lot of trance work and therapy with people, which I find fascinating. And so if you're ever interested in psychology, he's a really cool person to look up. Love his work. And what better way to focus on or to learn about human behavior than to look at the star charts? Hey, Taz. Hey, Steve. I'm doing very well. How are you? But the star charts, it's really interesting. And I'm not versed on it by any means. I use I like AstroSeek just because it kind of tells me what the hell's going on. I know it's not 100% accurate. I'm trying to find the book that my sister wrote. Anyway, it's here somewhere. But it's really, it's very close, very close. I mean, I've been amazed with just the friends and the people that I've been getting to know, looking at the different aspects, and it's helping me to strengthen my own personality and to look at myself in a deeper way. Because really, when you find yourself with another person, and it doesn't have to be romantically, it can just be, an acquaintance, looking at what is it that maybe stresses you or brings you kind of that energy of, oh, I don't know if I like to be around this person, or maybe I do like this person. And it's like looking in a mirror. When we notice that we're being offended by or triggered by other people, there's really something about ourselves that we need to look at deeper. I don't believe that anybody that we come across in our life is an accident. And I think that every soul that we have the honor to meet, even when they're in their hard point of their life and their behavior is total asshole, that's still not who we are. And that's why I really believe that staying in a point of observation and out of judgment and just looking at objectively, like, okay, this person's behavior was shitty. I don't like that. What can I learn from it? Is it something that might be ongoing that I might want to maybe distance myself from, or is it something I can learn from and it would be okay to be around on occasion? Or, we still have to make those decisions. But think about how different life can be when we just change how we look at it, just changing the perspective of what can I learn from this person and how can I teach this person? And staying centered has really helped me reduce the amount of reactive points that I've had with people. I still get triggered, I'm not perfect. Sometimes I wish I was, but and I've got a lot of shit to work on still with trauma, with PTSD, with triggers, especially now since getting my memories back, sorting things out. It sucks to touch on the stuff that's terrifying, that's so painful, that just the thought of it makes me want to cry. Sometimes it's a smell or a sound or, anything, a visual cue. But working on and facing those demons and realizing, in the moment right now, that is not happening at this point. It's in the past. So it's kind of like it's a hologram. So memories, I kind of put in that category. If it's something I really want to reframe, one way that I reframe and that helps me is I'll look at what is going on that's bothering me and how it's triggering me. And then, okay, how come I'm feeling this way? Is this something that's mine? And if it is, what is it connected to? And if maybe I'm not quite finding my answer there, okay, is it not mine? Is it the other person's energy that I'm feeling? As an empath, I do that a lot. And most people, I think, do as well. Thanks, Tess. I think most people have that sense of knowing and maybe just not understanding how to use it. And so I really love helping people to come into their own psychic abilities, their own empathic abilities, their own ability to create and to become an amazing manifester. Because really that's who we are. We are made of light. We are made of purity, of love, of So much wisdom. Even the young souls that are here do have some aspect of wisdom that we can learn from. And those of us that are star seeds and are ancient souls, we still have a lot to learn. Even those of us that are higher vibrational entities that have come down to this beautiful planet. And even though there's still so much crap going on and so much trauma going on, really we're just watching the end play out. We've already won. What's going to happen is going to happen. It's already rolling out. And that's what's exciting. That's what I'm excited for. And that's what I can at least look at, not really hold on to, because I'm working on not holding on to things or expectations, but there's this light at the end of the tunnel. And even though that bifurcation keeps kind of going like this in waves and we're coming in and out and in and out, we're still on that path headed for that light. And nothing is going to stop that light. So celebrate when you fall down and you scrape your face. Be like, damn, I hope somebody got that on video because it was fucking hilarious. What can we do to make it fun? You know, just enjoy life. Just revel what you have. Look in the mirror. Look at those beautiful eyes that you have. Look at that soul that's in there and find your true beauty. Find your true passion. If you don't know where it is, write things down. What do you like? What makes you feel good? What makes you feel happy? And a book that I read that made a huge impact on me, it's called Turning Terrible to Terrific by Dr. Dennis Cummins. He's one of my amazing mentors that I met in 2013. And I love him to death. He's a dentist of all things and became a motivational speaker. And I don't know if he's still doing stuff with New Peaks. It was Peak Potentials, sorry. But I did a lot of stuff with them, with their Karma crew. T. Harv Eker started them. And then I know that like Tony Robbins has worked with them. I love you, Taz. You're so funny. Oh, shit. I've got some awesome friends. I'm really grateful for you guys. But you know, learning from different programs, learning from different mentors has helped me. The thing I love about that book, Turning Terrible to Terrific, is there's some exercises in it that get you really thinking. You have to write like 100 things that you love. And it gets hard to do. I got to about 15 or 20 of them and I'm like, shit, what else do I write? And it could be anything. Are you grateful that you've got hair on your head? Or maybe you don't have hair on your head. Maybe you like that. I don't know. Maybe you've got a healthy body. You can walk. You've got your feet, your hands, your toes, your fingers, your fingernails and toenails are intact. Or maybe you've had your hand cut off and you've got your stub, your arm. Can you hear? Can you talk? Can you taste? Can you smell? Are you digesting your food so that you're able to process things and stay alive? Do you have a roof over your head? Even if it's a fucking box. I mean, I was homeless for 3 years. I know what that shit's like. I've lost my family because a judge decided to make a judgment. I lost my home because of that same judgment. But instead of crying about it and holding a cup out by the street corner with a cardboard box saying, help me, I'm a single mom with 3 boys and I can't do anything, you know, and whatever, people can do that. I'm not gonna fucking do that. I'm a fucking dragon. I'm sorry. But I'm gonna get off my ass and I'm gonna do something. And yeah, I'm gonna step on a soapbox for a sec. Because I think more people need to stand up and say, I've had enough of this shit. I've had enough of people doing horrible programming on television, on movies, on radio, saying that this is the kind of person I'm going to be, or I should be, or this is the kind of body type I should have, or this is the kind of whatever clothing. It doesn't matter. We shouldn't have people dictating to us who we should be, or how we should dress, or how we should act. why don't we stand up together, which has been happening. There's so many amazing starseeds that I have been talking with some powerful groups, beautiful groups for changed, sustainable communities through co-ops. And if more people would turn off the TV and say, what can I do to bring something together? We got Facebook. I mean, shit, we got MeWe. And I know people are like, MeWe, Parlor sucks. Yeah, they do suck ass. But you still got those outlets. We've got other different types of platforms that we could go on and come together as a community. What do you see in your community that needs to be changed? In Pocatello, Idaho, I can see quite a bit. I've been to the food bank, and there's so much rotten fruits and vegetables there. And you could go to Fred Meyer and buy your food, and they're like, hey, you want to donate some money to the food bank? Sure, but when are you guys going to give, more fresh food or stuff that's not moldy? What can we do? Maybe we can bring together more community to build a greenhouse so that we can grow fresh fruits and vegetables, that people could come and work in the greenhouse and pick it right there. That's not going to be moldy. That's not going to be rotten. That's a really good point, Jeremy. Finally had enough of your own shit, and the last 3 years has been a long series of great, crazy good shifts. And I've worked with you and I've talked with you about some of that stuff. I'm really proud of you, dude. I've seen a lot of powerful change in your energy field. That's awesome. That's really awesome. Good for you. I love seeing that growth. What can we do in our communities? What can we do right here, right now to help people? I was driving by and always drop in coins in that person's hand or dollars in that person's hand that's got the cardboard box on the side of the road. It's not always a big help, but maybe going to the city council and sitting into a few of their meetings might. Interjecting. So, hey, what's going on in the city? I haven't sat in one. And I haven't sat into a city council meeting in a while. So maybe I should. Maybe I should do that since I was in the the family readiness group with the 10/16th Quartermaster Company here. It was always interesting listening to the things that is going on in the city, and it's open to pretty much anybody that wants to go sit in. You just got to be on time. So I'm trying to remember when they do those. So there we go. Challenge to myself. Who wants to go, right? We've got to stand up and talk within our communities and open the eyes of the people that are watching the news, because it's just bullcrap. If you really think and look at and do the research. I mean, my dad was a surgeon. He just retired, I think, in April. He was a surgeon for like 30 plus years. Yeah, they wear masks, so they're not spitting on your patient. Sometimes we sneeze, we cough, whatever. And it takes some of the larger particulates. But when you're actually going to stop something like a virus or a bacteria, it is not going to stop it. I mean, you can't even stop a fart in a mask, dude. You're not going to stop a virus in a mask if you can't stop a fart. You can't stop a fart with a quilt. My son made that point. You look at virologists. What do they wear? Go Google an actual scientific virologist. They're wearing an airtight suit, like an astronaut. It's not big and bulky because we're not lacking the atmosphere, but it has a hose that goes in for your oxygen, and you have a mask. You're completely covered from head to toe, and you have to go through a special screen where you are sprayed, you're washed, and when you come out, the same thing. So the insanity that we have in this world right now, for people to even believe the bullshit that a mask is going to help, what is that doing to us? They're seeing, the powers that were, who's going to comply? Who's going to do this ridiculous bullshit? Go buy your 300 rolls of toilet paper. The fuck? Wake up. Wake up. God, research some stuff. Our bodies are made with viruses and bacteria intact. If we take things with pesticides, with herbicides, and Dr. John Bergman talks about this all of the time with gut health, it kills those things. How are we going to process our foods, our nutrients, without that symbiotic relationship of gut bacteria? Or maybe you take an antibiotic and it kills the good bacteria that allows candida to do an overgrowth. And then you end up with addictions to sugar, to carbohydrates, to other things. It causes problems with your sleep cycles, because in the gut is where we produce serotonin. I think it's the COX-2 inhibitor or whatever in the stomach. It's that one. I'm not phrasing myself right. It's COX-2, I believe, which is inhibited by non-steroidal anti-inflammatories. There we go. That right there keeps us from producing proteoglycan, which is the building block for our sinew, for our cartilage. So think about doctors. Maybe you've been to an orthopedic surgeon for an injury, and they're like, oh yeah, we can't regenerate cartilage. That is bullshit. My father, who was an orthopedic surgeon, a doctor of osteopathy, told me, yeah, you can grow it back. Most people just choose not to because it takes a long time and they want the surgery or they want the quick fix. You know what I did? I had a torn meniscus in my left leg from my left knee from high school, my medial meniscus. And my dad's like, yeah, I'll probably need surgery when you're 30 or so if you keep up your activities and you don't change what you're doing. Well, I did change what I was doing. And bone broth actually helps you because it helps with the gut and with the collagen and all the yummy minerals and things that our bodies need. And it helps with the lubrication. You want to be moving your body, not just being sedentary, because the synovial fluid in our joints, as well as the spinal fluid in our back, has to move. That's how we oxygenate. Because if we had blood vessels in those heavy joints, they would be shredded and we'd be bleeding to death. Think about it, So that oxygen rich and nutrient rich synovial fluid or spinal fluid is there for us. But if we're sitting all the time on the computer or at a desk job or not doing anything and watching TV at the end of night, because yeah, we're tired. I get it. I am freaking tired. I work 42 hours a week just with my day job. And I've got animals to take care of with my little hobby farm. And I got sons and, I'm not doing a pity party. But I get it. We have a set amount of hours in the day. We're tired. We get stressed out. And when you get stressed, it puts you in that fight or flight, that sympathetic dominance process that downregulates your thyroid, upregulates your corticosteroids, your adrenaline, your cortisone. And so it's going to cause you to not digest your food. You're going to have lower energy. You're not going to be absorbing your minerals. You're not going to be absorbing the B vitamins that help you get the major energy that you need. So your immune system's going to be hit. You're not going to be getting the sunshine that you need to produce the D hormone, which it's not really vitamin D, but it's hormone D3, which we need from the radioactive sun. Go figure. And in the wintertime, you can go to a tanning bed, but you got to make sure to have the UV light. I think it's the level 2 beds that do that. Or you can take a supplement, vitamin D3. Dr. Bergman suggests at least 10,000 IU for an adult. I'm sure that's like a 100-pound person. If you're bigger, take more. D3 is not going to hurt you. It's just a hormone that your body uses. And then you've got your antioxidants. Glutathione is the most important one for us. And those non-steroidal anti-inflammatories, back to that with that inhibiting your COX-2, you're also not going to be making glutathione. Glutathione is huge, especially for healing wounds, for boosting your immune system and creating a fever when you need to fight a virus that's helping to change your body, which we evolve. We evolve through viruses, through the DNA exchange that we have with those things. and it makes us stronger. And we pass those things to our family. That's epigenetics. A lot of people think, oh, I've got bad genetics, I'm going to have cancer or this or that. Science has proven that it's epigenetics. That's not a genetic thing. It's epigenetics, which means we can change it. So maybe we have a tendency to have cravings for sugars or for carbs or things that's going to make us want to feed a parasite or to feed candida, because those things do take hold, and it makes our bodies have these cravings, these addictions. That's why it's so important to keep our gut health, to eat as healthy as we can. And so someone just flushed the toilet. I hope that's so funny. I have a very small office. So as I lose my train of thought. So anyway, keeping our gut health in check is so important, because it does make that big of a difference where it comes to our sleep patterns, our stress reduction, our ability to absorb the nutrients we need to strengthen our immune system. And one of the things that I did when I had the specific virus that's controversial going around is I put distilled water in my nebulizer with N-acetylcysteine. One of my naturopaths told me about that because I was struggling. I was struggling breathing. I passed out a couple times because I do have asthma. It's been increasing since I was a kid. I had struggles with really bad, like pneumonia yearly for years and years and years, probably 20 plus years. And it caused some COPD that, it is what it is. I've struggled with that kind of stuff since I was a kid. But I did notice a huge difference when I nebulized the NAC, because what it does is it actually helps your body create glutathione directly into the lungs. And so my immune system was able to kick in and just really fight the sludge that was going on and keeping me from processing the oxygen. And that's just what I did with, my naturopath. So I'm not saying as a doctor or anything, or I'm making a diagnosis, this is going to help with this or that. Just my experiences. That's what I share when I talk with people, because I do research. I'm always questioning. I'm always looking. My 17-year-old, when he was about 4, used to have grand mal seizures. Now tell me any parent would not be worried about their child, seeing them on the ground, seizing up, like, and eyes rolling back, foaming at the mouth. Tell me you would not want to say, what can I do for my child? And I've had a struggle with the medical system for a very long time because of what's being exposed. And I've known about a lot of it intuitively for years. And then finding Dr. Bergman, whenever Dr. Davis is one of my naturopaths. Anyway, Dr. Bergman, when it was in 2017 in January, when I was at that stage 3 cancer, and I had a near-death experience. It wasn't my first one. And this beautiful woman was standing there in a white dress with this thick red curly hair, curlier than what I've done with mine. And it was just beautiful. And she's like, are you going to do your mission, or are you going to come with me? That hit hard, really hit hard. And I decided, no, I need to be here doing my mission. So the information started to come that I was able to find, and doing his protocol for juicing, for doing your healing leaky gut, working on autoimmune disease and cancer. I was able to, in 90 days, go from stage 3 to remission. So I don't believe in the bullshit that allopathic or Western doctors tell people. I'm sorry, but my own opinion of a lot of that, long-term care is the same as with Dr. Bergman. It's fake medicine. Absolute fake medicine. Now, as far as emergency care goes, it's phenomenal. I mean, if I am in a wreck or something and you scrape me off the road, I know somebody's going to put me back together. That's freaking amazing. But I do not want to be on their drugs. I don't want to be on their crap, because really sick people need drugs. I'm not sick. I just have issues that I need to fix. The body presents problems because it's showing you, hey, you need to change something. Don't give me a pill. Don't put a Band-Aid on it. Stop the shit that's causing it. Stop the source. We've got to go to the source. And it's the same way with emotional stuff. And sometimes it's hard to find, what is that emotional trigger? What is that emotional source? And that's why we get together with people. That's why we find people that can help guide us through those things, that have those tools. And so if you've got questions like, what's going on in my life? What's going on in my head, in my heart? How come all of a sudden it feels like the world's crashing down on me? Why does it feel like all of a sudden I'm at a loss, or everything seemed to be fine in my life and my health is just crumbling? And doctors don't know why. Nobody can give me an answer. Keep looking, because answers are there. I promise you, answers are there. And I would love to help people that are here, that are listening to this message. I know somebody needs to hear this, because I wasn't going to come on. I decided, Veronica couldn't come on. I was going to chit chat with her. She's got other things. But I felt like I needed to come on because somebody needed to hear this. You're struggling. I get it. Your health is going to shit. I get it. It hurts. You cry yourself to sleep. It feels like your heart's being ripped out. The dreams are nightmares. Where does this all end? How do you stop it? I have some gifts. And there's people that are listening on here that can attest to this. I see things, I feel things, I hear things. I mean, it's to a cellular level. I know. And there's enough people that have witnessed me doing this now. The gifts that I have, that it works. I can see the portals in your house that are bringing negative things in. I can close those. There's things that might be attached on your energy body. I can see those. I can take those off. It's called etheric surgery. Maybe there's implants, alien implants. And yes, some of you guys might think this is crazy shit. You know what? This isn't for you. That's okay. I still love you. You don't have to agree with what I'm doing. But for those of us that have experienced this with me, it's real. This shit is so fucking real. Absolutely, Rob. I've been amazed working with this guy. He's a really cool person. And some crazy shit that's there. There's other people that I've worked with that I've seen things on their body or in their body, or maybe there's a spot that's going on, and I'll talk about it and be like, well, what's going on with this? I see this, da, 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 da. And then they've got a history that comes out. So don't second guess yourself. If you really feel like, I want to try something different, I want to try something new, just ask. Shoot me a DM. Let's talk about it. I still am in the 3D. I still pay bills, and it's my precious time. Because like I said, I work 42 hours a week with a family, but I know that this is a part of my mission, and I know that there's somebody that needs help right now, and I can help you. You came to this video for a reason, and I love you. I understand. I get it. It's going to be okay. I promise. It's going to be okay. Sometimes we just need to have somebody help pick us up and dust us off so we can get back up on that horse. So I've got some other things I need to do, but I really felt strongly about getting on and sharing this with you guys. I love you so much. And those of you that I've worked with, I'm so excited, so proud of you. Hey, Veronica. ¿Cómo estás, mami? We're all getting there. We're all doing this. And if you found this message and this video, it was for a reason. I don't meet people on accident. Everything and everybody that I meet, everything that I do, it has a purpose behind it. I'm done wasting time in my life. I'm 44 years old. I don't have time for that shit. I got lots to do. So let's use our time wisely. And I want to help you. And let's see what we can do. I will talk to you later, guys. Love you so much. Keep rocking it. Cheers.